Hello friends, welcome back to my YouTube channel Smart English Hub. Hope you all are fine. This video is about 7th class English. Friends, in our previous video we have already learned reading A, the town mouse and the country mouse, and B, reading poem, the town child and the country child. Okay friends, now today in this video we are going to learn reading C, the new blue dress. Are you all ready friends? Here we can see C reading and the title, the new blue dress. When spring came to the city of Cleveland in 1909, it did not change Gates Avenue. People who lived on the pretty streets near Gates Avenue were making gardens and painting their houses. But Gates Avenue continued to look dirty and ugly. So see here friends, when spring came in Cleveland in 1909, it did not change the street Gates Avenue. People who used to live in the nearby streets, they started making their gardens and also painting their houses. But this Gates Avenue continued to look dirty and ugly. They did not even paint their houses, not even they make their gardens. So here we can see that though the spring season came, here spring season means it is a season of new beginnings. It is a season between winter and the summer. Okay friends, though the spring came, the Gates Avenue continued to look dirty and ugly. It means they did not even paint their houses, not even they make their gardens. Is that clear friends? Gates Avenue was a short street, but it seemed longer because it was so ugly. Because the people who lived in the Gates Avenue did not paint their houses, they not even made their gardens, though the street was very short, it looked very longer because it was very ugly, it was very dirty. Most of the families who lived there had very little money. They never expected to have any more. So see here friends, this might be the reason. The people who lived in the Gates Avenue were very poor. They were not having money and they never even expected to have more money. Okay friends, maybe this is the reason that they did not paint their houses and not even they made their gardens. Now let us see the next paragraph. Their houses had not been painted for many years. They did not paint their houses. Who did not paint their houses? The people who lived in the Gates Avenue, they did not paint their houses for many years. And they did not even have running water. So see here, running water means tap water. They don't even have the connection of tap waters in their street. The street itself was ugly too. They have not been painted their houses. They were not even having running water. Because of all these things, the street looked very dirty. There was no pavement. Pavement means footpath. There was no footpath in the street. There were no street light. And the railroad at the end of the Gates Avenue added noise and dirt. Okay friends, now let's move on to the next paragraph. The other girls in the school near Gates Avenue wore new and pretty clothes that spring. So that particular spring season, all the other girls who lived near to the Gates Avenue, they used to wear new and pretty clothes and come to the school. But the little girl from the Gates Avenue still wore the dirty dress that she had worn all winter. Probably that was the only dress she owned. The other children who were living near the Gates Avenue, they used to come to the school in a new and pretty dress. But the girl from the Gates Avenue started to wear the same dirty dress that she has worn all the winter because that was the only dress she owned. So the same dress she wore in all the winter and also in the spring also. Her teacher was very unhappy. So her teacher was very unhappy with the child who comes from the Gates Avenue. Why she was unhappy? Because her dress was dirty. The little girl was so nice. She always worked hard in school. She was always friendly and polite. So see here friends, all these are the characteristics. All these words are describing the girl. She was very hardworking and she was always friendly and polite to her friends. Her face was dirty and her hair was untidy, but anyone could see that she was pretty under the dirt. Though her face was dirty and her hair was untidy, she was very pretty under the dirt. She was friendly and polite by nature. All these words describe the girl. One day the teacher said, "Won't you wash your face before you come to school tomorrow morning? Please do that just for me." So here the teacher said to the girl that please wash your face tomorrow morning when you come to the school. What did the teacher say? The teacher was telling the little girl to wash her face before coming to the school. Now let us see what did the girl do after listening to the teacher. The next morning, the child's pretty face was clean and her hair tidy. So see here, when the teacher told her to wash her face and come, then the next morning the child washed her face and her hair was tidy. Before the little girl went home that afternoon, the teacher said, "Now dear, please ask your mother to wash your dress." See here friends, first the teacher asked the little girl to wash her face and tie her hair. After that, now the teacher is telling her to please tell your mother to wash your dress. Okay friends? I hope you all are understanding. If you have any doubts, please comment me in the comment section. Okay friends? But the girl continued to wear the same dirty dress. So see here friends, when the teacher asked the girl to wash her face, she washed her face. But when the teacher asked her to tell your mother to wash the dress, the girl continued to wear the same dirty dress. Her mother is probably not interested in her, the teacher thought. What did the teacher thought here? The teacher thought that the little girl's mother is not interested in her. Because of that, she is not washing her dress. So, she brought a bright blue dress and gave it to the little girl. The child took the gift eagerly and rushed home. When the teacher saw that the little girl continued to wear the same dirty dress, the teacher gifted a new blue dress to the little girl, and the girl was very happy. And she took the gift eagerly and rushed home. Here in this picture we can see the teacher is giving the gift to the girl, and the girl is very happy by receiving the new blue dress from the teacher. Now let us see what did the girl do with this new blue dress. Did she wear or not? Let us move to the next paragraph. The next morning she came to school in the new blue dress, and she was very clean and tidy. The next morning when she came to school in the new blue dress, she was looking very clean and tidy. She told to her teacher, "My mother couldn't believe her eyes when she saw me this morning in my new dress. My father wasn't at home, but he will see me at supper tonight." She was full of excitement. What the little girl is telling to the teacher? She is telling that her mother could not believe her eyes that her daughter was looking so pretty in the new dress. Her face was clean and her hair was tidy. And she is also telling that her father was not at home as he went to the work. He will come at the supper tonight. And the girl was very much excited that her father will see her new blue dress tonight supper time. When her father saw her in the new blue dress, he was amazed to find that he had a very pretty little girl. Here, the father of this little girl, firstly he was amazed by seeing his daughter, and secondly he saw a cloth on the kitchen table. The family had never used a tablecloth before. "We are going to begin to be tidier here," his wife said. "I'm ashamed to be dirty when our daughter is so clean." Here the mother is telling that she is ashamed to be dirty when her daughter is so clean. After supper, the mother began to wash the kitchen floor. What did the mother do after dinner? After dinner time, she started to wash the kitchen floor. Her husband watched silently for several moments. What did the husband do? He watched silently what his wife was doing for several moments. Then he went outside and began to repair the fence. Then what did this man do? He went out and he started repairing the fence. The next evening, with the family's help, he began to make a garden. So here we can see that first his wife was cleaning the kitchen floor. Then after watching her for several moments, he went out, started to repair the fence, and the next evening with the family's help he started to make a garden. Started to convert his backyard to a beautiful garden. Okay friends, the change has been started now. During the following week, the man in the next house watched what his neighbor was doing. So see here friends, the next week the man was watching what is happening in this house, what everybody are doing, and by the end of the week he began to paint his house. The neighbor began to paint his house for the first time in 10 years. So see here friends, for the first time in 10 years his neighbor started to paint his house. A few days later, the young minister of a church near Gates Avenue passed these two houses and saw two men working. So see here, who passed here? Young minister of a church near Gates Avenue was passing from these two houses and he saw that these two men are working. For the first time he noticed that there was no pavement on Gates Avenue and no street light and no running water. See here friends, for the first time who noticed here? The minister of the church near Gates Avenue noticed that there was no footpath on Gates Avenue and there were no street lights and there was no supply of running water. People who are trying so hard to make decent homes here deserve help, the minister thought. So here the minister thought that these people wanted to be clean. Now they want to make their homes decent. So they need help, the minister thought. And he asked some important citizens in the city to help them. So after this minister of church noticed that these two houses men were trying to make their homes clean and tidy, then he also noticed that there was no footpath and no street light and no running water. He thought of helping them. So he asked help. To whom did he ask? Some important citizens in the city to help them. Is that clear, friends? I hope you all are understanding this lesson. A few months later, because of the young minister, there was a pavement on Gates Avenue. So see here friends, when the minister of the church noticed that they need some help, so after a few months, because of this young minister, there was footpath on Gates Avenue. There was a street light on the corner and the houses had running water. Because of this young minister, there was footpath on Gates Avenue, there were street lights on the corner and the houses also started having running water. 6 months after the little girl got her new blue dress, Gates Avenue had become a tidy street where respectable citizens lived. So, after 6 months, when the teacher gifted the little girl a new blue dress, there was a total change in the Gates Avenue. All the persons became tidier now. They started to make their fence, they started to make their gardens, they started to paint their houses. Now this Gates Avenue had become a very tidy street where respectable citizens lived. So see here friends, because of that blue dress gifted by the teacher, there was a change in the Gates Avenue. The total Gates Avenue has been changed and became into a very tidy street where respectable citizens lived. When people in other places heard the story of Gates Avenue, they began to organize their own cleanup campaigns. Campaigns mean series of planned activities to do something. See here friends, in India also we have Beti Bachao Beti Padhao Yojana campaign, which was started by the government of India. So in the same way, when all the other places heard the story of the Gates Avenue, they started to organize. Here, organize means to arrange their own cleanup campaigns. Since 1913, more than 7,000 towns and cities have organized campaigns for painting and repairing homes and making better lives for the people who live in them. Here, campaigns means a series of planned activities to do something. Okay friends, is that clear? So since 1913, more than 7,000 towns and cities have organized several campaigns for painting and repairing the homes and making the better lives for the people who live in them. Is that clear friends? Please subscribe to my YouTube channel. Press the bell icon to get the notification whenever I post a new video. Now let's move on to the last line. Who knows what will happen when a teacher gives a little girl a new blue dress? Isn't it, friends? Everything started from the gift given by the teacher to the little girl who lived in the Gates Avenue. After seeing that girl in the new blue dress, the mother started to bring a change in the home. After seeing his wife working, his husband started to work in the garden. And after seeing this man working in the garden, his neighbor started to paint his house. And after seeing these two houses, the minister wanted to help these people who lived in the Gates Avenue, and he brought a change in the Gates Avenue. Now the whole Gates Avenue changed into a very tidy place where respectable people lived in. I hope you have understood the lesson. If you have any doubts, please comment in the comment section. Here is the glossary, friends. Running water. Water coming from the main supply when taps are turned on. Pavement is a noun here which means footpath. Excitement is also a noun which means strong feeling. Amazed is an adjective which means filled with great wonder. Next is decent, which is an adjective here and which means respectable. Next is community. It is a noun and it means people living in the same locality who are considered as a unit. Next is organize is a verb here which means to arrange, to make preparation. The last synonym given over here is campaigns. It is a noun here and it means series of planned activities to do something. I hope you liked the video. Please do like, share, subscribe and comment on my YouTube channel which is Smart English Hub. Friends, please keep supporting me and also keep subscribing to my YouTube channel. Thanks for watching my video. See you in the next video. Take care. Bye-bye.